buckle up because what you're about to see is the most powerful production 911 in history. Porsche has just unveiled the brand new 911 Turbo S, and it's not just faster, it's smarter, it's greener, and it's rewriting what we thought possible from a sports car. With a twin-turbo hybrid system pushing out 701 horsepower, this machine rockets from 0 to 60 in just 2.4 seconds and demolishes the Nürburgring in a record-shattering 7:03. But here's the twist. It's heavier, it's electrified, and it's more expensive than ever. So is this still the ultimate driver's car, or has Porsche sacrificed purity for progress? Today, we're breaking it all down. The powertrain, the performance, the design, the price, and whether this Turbo S is the Porsche to buy or to fear.
Before we dive into the new Turbo S, let's rewind. The Turbo badge has always been Porsche's power play. From the wild 930 Turbo of the 1970s to the modern 992 Turbo S, this has always been the car that blends everyday usability with mind-bending speed. But here's the thing. For decades, the Turbo relied purely on internal combustion. Twin-turbo flat sixes, all-wheel drive, and enough thrust to embarrass supercars costing twice as much. But in 2025, Porsche decided to add something different. Electric boost. Not a full plug-in hybrid, not a heavy battery pack. Instead, a clever T-hybrid system. First introduced on the 911 Carrera GTS earlier this year, and now perfected in the new Turbo S. It's Porsche's answer to an electrified future without losing the heartbeat of that flat-six engine. And trust me, it changes everything. Okay, let's pop the hood, or rather look under the skin. The new 911 Turbo S is powered by a 3.6-liter twin-turbocharged flat-six engine paired with two electric-assisted turbos. Now, you might remember the Carrera GTS had a single E-turbo. This car doubles down, literally. Each turbo has its own integrated electric motor. What does that mean? It means virtually zero turbo lag. The electric motors spin the compressors instantly, delivering power the moment you touch the throttle. No waiting, no hesitation, just instant shove. On top of that, there's a compact electric motor integrated directly into the transmission, adding an extra surge of torque when you need it most. Combined output, 701 horsepower and 800 newton meters of torque. That's a 61 horsepower bump over the outgoing Turbo S, and torque comes in thick and fast from just 2,300 RPM all the way to 6,000. But here's the kicker. Despite the hybrid setup, Porsche hasn't gone full EV. There's no plug-in charging, no heavy battery pack eating up your trunk space. Instead, a small but powerful 1.9 kilowatt-hour battery that recharges itself under braking and through the turbos. It's lightweight, efficient, and perfectly tuned for performance. Think of it as Formula One-inspired hybrid tech for the road. So how fast is it? Let's talk numbers. From a standstill, the new Turbo S hit 60 miles per hour in just 2.4 seconds. That's hypercar quick. 0 to 124 miles per hour, just 8.4 seconds. And the top speed? A cool 200 miles per hour flat. But straight line speed is only part of the story. Porsche took this car to the Nürburgring, the world's ultimate proving ground, and it clocked a jaw-dropping 7 minutes, 3.92 seconds. To put that in perspective, that's 14 seconds faster than the outgoing Turbo S. In the world of track times, that's a lifetime. Now here's what makes that even more impressive. The hybrid system adds about 180 pounds of weight. The car now tips the scales at 3,829 pounds. Normally, extra weight slows you down, but thanks to the instant torque from those E-turbos, the enhanced grip from wider tires, and new chassis tech, this Turbo S feels sharper and faster than ever. This is where Porsche shows its genius. turning a heavier, more complex machine into a quicker, more dynamic weapon. It's not just numbers on a spec sheet, it's how they translate into real-world driving that makes the Turbo S so devastatingly good.
Of course, speed is useless if you can't control it. That's why Porsche gave the Turbo S a serious upgrade in handling tech. Let's start with the tires. The rear rubber has grown to a massive 325 millimeters wide, 10 millimeters wider than before. That means more grip, more stability, and more confidence when putting down all 701 horsepower. Up front, you've got 255 section tires on 20-inch wheels, with 21s at the rear. Then there are the brakes. Carbon ceramic brakes come standard, with 420 millimeter discs at the front and the biggest rear discs ever fitted to a Porsche two-door, 410 millimeters. Stopping power, brutal, consistent, and fade-resistant, whether you're on the Autobahn or carving mountain switchbacks. Now let's talk aerodynamics. Porsche has reworked the active aero system to reduce drag by around 10% while still increasing downforce when you need it. There's a redesigned front diffuser, active flaps, and that signature turbo rear wing, now smarter and more efficient. And tying it all together is Porsche Dynamic Chassis Control with electro-hydraulic actuators. That's a fancy way of saying the car can adjust its roll stiffness in milliseconds, keeping it flat and composed in corners. The result? A car that feels smaller, lighter, and more agile than its 3,800-pound curb weight suggests. Visually, the Turbo S doesn't scream hybrid. It looks every bit as muscular and menacing as you'd expect. The wide haunches, the aggressive air intakes, and that signature rear wing all signal that this is no ordinary 911. But Porsche has added some subtle new touches. One of them is Turbonite accents, a unique finish reserved only for the turbo models. It's sprinkled around the badging, the wheels, and inside the cabin. Speaking of the cabin, you've got the perfect blend of luxury and sport. Premium leather, high-resolution digital displays, and of course Porsche's latest infotainment system. By default, the Turbo S is a two-seater, emphasizing its performance focus. But if you want the classic 911 2+2 layout, Porsche will let you tick that box. And for those who prefer wind in their hair, yes, there is a cabriolet version available. This is still a car you could daily drive, even though it packs performance that rivals million-dollar hypercars. Now, all of this performance and technology doesn't come cheap. The new 911 Turbo S starts at $272,650 for the coupe and $286,650 for the cabriolet. Deliveries are set to begin in spring 2026. That's serious money, but here's the thing. Compare it to rivals like the Ferrari 296 GTB or the McLaren Artura, suddenly the Turbo S looks like a bargain. You're getting hypercar performance, daily drivability, and Porsche reliability, all in one package. And let's not forget resale value. Historically, the Turbo S has held its value incredibly well. Add in the fact that this is the first ever hybrid turbo, and collectors will definitely be watching. This could be one of those cars people look back on in 20 years as a turning point, a milestone in the evolution of the 911.
So, what do we make of the new Porsche 911 Turbo S?
On paper, it's everything we want. Faster, more powerful, and more advanced than ever. On the road, it promises instant torque, razor-sharp handling, and that unmistakable Porsche character. Yes, it's heavier. Yes, it's more expensive. But Porsche has once again pulled off the impossible, making progress without losing the magic. This car represents a bridge between the past and the future. It keeps the flat six alive, embraces electrification, and proves that the 911 still sets the benchmark for everyday supercars. So I'll leave you with this question. Is this the last great evolution of the combustion-powered 911, or just the beginning of a new chapter? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Would you take the new Turbo S over a Ferrari or McLaren hybrid? And if you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Until next time, keep driving, keep dreaming, and keep chasing that perfect line.